Hi there! Today we're going to learn the rounded rectangle tool and the star tool. They're really easy and I hope you enjoy using them. As you can see, we have opened the document, star tool and rounded rectangle tool. And we're going to start working with both of these tools. We're going to start first learning the rounded rectangle, which is easier. And then we'll go to the star tool, and in the end of the class, we'll try and build this logo here. So let's go. The first thing I do when I open a file that I have not created, I try and look at the layers to see how they are organized. So I'll just select the selection tool, go to layers and see how it is. As you can see, this file has the example, which is locked. It also has a layer for background. We also have a palette layer, which is this colors here. So I'm not going to change this, so I'll lock it so I won't make a mess of it and put it in the back. So I'll choose the rectangle first and click in the layer background and build a background in the same size of the artboard. Really easy. Then I'll use the eyedropper tool and I will select the blue color. There you go, easy. Now let's go to the rounded rectangle. Selection tool, toolbar, click and hold, and rounded rectangle tool. Also, let me lock the background and use this layer here so I won't make a mess. So let's go. The rounded rectangle, obvious, it has rounded corners. All right. Let's choose a different color for this rectangle. I'll choose this one here, just for now. Selection tool. So as you can see, the corners are rounded. Another way to make the same rectangle is using the rectangle tool and then using the selection tool to change the corners. It's just the same thing, all right? So it's up to you how you're going to change it. Also, do you remember the direct selection tool? I can use the direct selection tool and change just a specific side of the rounded rectangle. Look how cool. I can have one side which is just a precise corner and others rounded. Really easy, huh? Direct selection tool, click in one of them. You can hold shift to click in more than one and then change just a little bit. Look how cool. Now let's go to the star. Press and hold and find the star. Really easy. With the star, it's kind of like the polygon. Do you remember the polygon? I'm going to put it again. Click and hold, polygon. If you click once on the artboard, you'll be able to choose the size of the polygon and the sides. If you want a polygon with just 5 corners, press 5 here, click OK, and you've got a polygon with 5 corners. The stars are the same. Click and hold, find the star tool, and just click once on the artboard. And you will be able to create the number of points, the number of the internal radius, and the number of the outside radius. I'll just create one for you and you'll see. By creating the star, the inside circle of the star is 25 pixels. The outside is 50 pixels. So if you want to create a star with longer points, just click in the star, click once and change the radius number 2. For example, 100 and click OK. As you can see, I have a star and these are much longer. Isn't that cool? The same as with the rounded rectangle, you can use the direct selection tool to change the corner of the stars and also here as well, the inside as well. Isn't that cool? You can also change individually one of the points by clicking once and changing just one point. So, what kind of object is this? Is it really a star? Let's go and check it out in the layer panel. If you go to the layer panel and open the layer, you will see that the Illustrator creates it as a path. But the polygon and the rectangles and the circles, they create a specific shape for it. It's just a small difference that it's good to be aware of. So with the star, you can use the direct selection tool to change just one point of the star. For example, just click in one point of it and move the position. Really easy. Or you can click in more than one, holding Shift. Both of these are selected, and you can move both of these points as well. Cool, huh? And this one, hold Shift. Now, what I want you to do is, let's delete these first. Try and building this logo with just using the star tool, the rounded rectangle, and the ellipse tool. And then, if you didn't have any difficulty doing the exercise, just go to the next class. So, start practicing. How was it? Was it easy? If it was easy, just go to the next class. Otherwise, just stay and watch for the solution of this exercise. Let's go. I'll make the easy one first. We have the rounded rectangle here. How do you know, David, this is a rounded rectangle? Well, I could build it in another way, but I want to exercise with you with the rounded rectangle. These two sides are larger corners, and these ones are smaller corners. So I'll just choose the rectangle tool or the rounded rectangle and build a shape for you. I can hold Shift if you want to make it perfect. It's not a rectangle, it's a square. And just select the direct selection tool and increase the bottom corners. Hold Shift, make sure you have both of them selected. The top ones are whiter, so they're not selected. David, can I just make one corner and then make the other? Well, you could, but there's a big chance you won't make them perfect. I advise you to make them both at the same time now. So they're selected, keep on holding Shift and reduce both of them at the same time. Cool, huh? Press the direct selection tool, eyedropper tool, and choose the correct color, which is this one. And there you go, easy. We've just built the first one. If you want, you could lock this object like this so that you won't make a mess with this object. So let's select the second object, which is the circle. The circle you already know. Click and hold, ellipse tool. Again, it's a perfect circle. Therefore, I'll use the Shift key. Shift, and if you want, you can press Alt as well. There you go, more or less this size, and I'll choose the eyedropper tool and select this color here. Selection tool and reposition it where I want. There you go. Is it good? Nah, it's not good. If you want, you can select both of these objects. All right. I will unlock the rounded rectangle to select both of them and choose Align. And just put it in the center. You can use the horizontal align center and then vertical align center. It will be perfect. Because I have increased the size of my user interface, you might be seeing this option here all in the control panel. In my case, I have to click to open it and see it. You can also align the objects by using properties and align here. Just a tip. Now let's make the harder one. I'll try and lock these two first and select the star tool. And then just click once and choose 5 points, and I'll choose the radius 50, put it back in the same size and click OK. There you go, we have a star. I'll select the eyedropper tool to get the correct color. Remember, I taught you how to turn around an object by positioning your mouse on top of one of the corners. So I can reposition this object the way I want. Isn't that cool? You could have also repositioned the object by choosing Properties and changing the angle here, as you can see. So for example, 30 or 33. Anyway, it's there. Now, what I want you to do is try to make this symbol here. So I'll just increase the star first. If you increase like this, it will change the size. If you press Shift, it will have a precise star. All of the corners will have the same size. Release it, and then repositioning in the center. You could also use the Align and Horizontal Align Center, and then Vertical Align Center. Not really good, huh? So you can just press and hold the mouse button and hold Shift, so it will go in a straight line. More or less like this. All right, that looks good to me. David, this star doesn't look like this star. Yeah, I know. I could use the direct selection tool to click on the object and just repositioning the points of the star, and just pressing one corner first, and then move this one, the top, holding Shift to go in a straight line, and then this one, like this, or this one, hold Shift. There you go. I didn't click on it. And then this one, click on the anchor point, like this. And the other one, click and hold. It's almost like this object, okay? Another way you could do it, it's like this. Ctrl Z. It's back. So another way you could do it is just clicking on the points of the star with the direct selection tool and holding Shift. This way, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 anchor points are selected. If you click and hold now, check it out. More or less like this. Looks better. And then I can change the top ones if you want. Click and hold Shift, and then move it higher. A little bit more. All right, I'm satisfied. Well, it's kind of outside the artboard, isn't it? So I'll just select the selection tool, layers, unlock the circles on the rounded rectangle, select all the objects, and put a little bit down. More or less like this. And there you go, we've just solved the exercise. I hope you enjoyed the class. And in the next class, we're going to learn about the Pathfinder tools. See you in the next class.